Are you one of those people who are desperate to lose weight? Have you ever wondered about starving your body? Do you want to know whether starving your body is the best way to lose your excess pounds? If you want the answers to these burning questions, keep watching the video in its entirety. You know, if you've ever gone a day without eating, and it happens to the best of us, you've probably wondered what happens when you don't eat. Maybe you got caught up in a never-ending to-do list or a particularly enthralling Netflix series. Perhaps you skipped breakfast or lunch because your well-intentioned meal prep plans did not go as planned. Or you might have joined the fad of intermittent fasting and skipped breakfast on purpose. Whatever the cause, you've gone 6 hours without eating before realizing it. What happens when you don't eat a meal? Well, it may not seem like a big problem to go without 3 square meals now and then. It will have an effect. In general, missing meals can have a substantial impact on your brain and body for the majority of people. How to lose weight? To lose weight, the basic principle is to lower your calorie intake below your calorie expenditure. However, it's not that straightforward. Although weight reduction and fat loss are two distinct concepts, they are frequently used interchangeably. The number you see on the scale is your weight, which includes your body fat, the jiggly material you want to lose, and your bones, organs, and connective tissue, including your blood. You're also carrying a significant amount of water. Healthy weight reduction aims to burn fat while preserving as much lean body mass as possible, and to keep your organs and other tissues healthy. When you lower calories gradually, your body adjusts to the adjustment and continues to function normally. When you eliminate most or all of your calories, your body will use whatever energy it can find. Diet for short-term fasting. Although it may draw on lean muscle and fat stores for a limited amount of time to locate other energy sources, your body must work very hard to obtain the energy it requires. As a result, physical and emotional exhaustion is the most typical adverse effect of a fasting diet. In addition, according to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, your brain requires a constant supply of glucose to function correctly, and undereating might lead you to lose your mental edge. Constipation, diarrhea, and nausea are other possible effects. Even the hunger sensations might be a source of discomfort. A crash diet or a crash fast won't help you lose much weight for all that effort. But according to a research paper, the number on the scale may go down since you're shedding stored glycogen, water weight, and some lean muscle mass. Fasting for longer periods of time. After a few days or weeks, your body will begin to burn fat more quickly. However, you will continue to lose muscular mass. According to the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, when you don't eat enough, your body goes into starvation mode, breaking down muscle to obtain stored glycogen for energy. Your body will begin to delay or shut down organ systems and physical activities in order to preserve energy. Fasting-induced nutrient deficiencies. Nutrient deficits cause many of the adverse effects of not eating. Your body needs protein, carbs, lipids, vitamins, and minerals to operate effectively. Your organ systems will be unable to function without these nutrients. Your body can't form red blood cells that carry oxygen throughout your body if you don't have enough vitamin B12 and iron. Anemia is the outcome of this, and symptoms include persistent weariness, muscular weakness, a smooth and sensitive tongue, and a rapid heartbeat. Protein is the building block of all cells and tissues in your body. Therefore, protein shortage affects all your organ systems. For example, muscle atrophy, increased infections due to weakened immune systems, a protruding belly, rash, edema, and lethargy or apathy are symptoms of a lack of protein. Bone density is lost as a result of calcium and vitamin D deficiency. As a result, your bones may become fragile and susceptible to breakage. In addition, vitamin D deficiency can lead to rickets, a disorder in which the bones become soft and pliable. Osteomalacia, which causes weakening bones and muscles as well as muscle discomfort, is another disorder induced by severe vitamin D insufficiency. A lack of vitamin C causes scurvy, and the symptoms include weariness, malaise, and painful gums. In addition, the body's capacity to make collagen is hampered as the insufficiency continues, weakening connective tissues and causing changes in skin and hair, joint discomfort, depression, swollen gums that bleed readily, and tooth loss. A better way to lose weight. It is harmful to your physical and emotional health to starve yourselves in the hope of reducing weight. While you may lose weight and seem leaner, when you lose muscle tone and your skin and hair become dry and brittle, the rest of your appearance suffers. By eating a balanced, calorie-sufficient diet that delivers all of the nutrients you require, you may accomplish the weight loss outcomes you desire while still feeling and looking healthy. Cutting away high-calorie, low-nutrient junk items and replacing them with nutrient-dense, fresh, complete meals will help you achieve a sufficient calorie deficit to lose weight. Protein will help you retain muscle mass while you lose weight, and complex carbs from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains will provide you with the energy you need to exercise frequently, burn calories, and build muscle. Fuel is food, and you're operating on empty when you go about your day without eating. That's why, while you're the greatest judge of when to eat, experts typically recommend that individuals eat every few hours. Low blood sugar is the first thing you'll notice. Glucose is the primary fuel for your brain, which you obtain by consuming carbohydrate-rich meals. Complex carbs, such as fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, are particularly good for energy, since their fiber helps maintain blood sugar levels. While you skip a meal, your body's immediate glucose supply becomes depleted. According to Zeitlin, low blood sugar can sap your vitality and make you feel lethargic and weak. It can also make it difficult to concentrate, since your brain lacks the fuel it requires to think clearly. Shakiness, sweatiness, and irritability are further low blood sugar symptoms. Your gnawing stomach will soon become all-consuming. The sense that you need to have something to eat takes over when you don't eat enough. Your body begins to send you signals that say, "Hey, it's time to eat." Appetite-inducing hormones like ghrelin and appetite-suppressing hormones like leptin will shift to suggest you're hungry. When your brain and body are both low on energy, it might be difficult to think about anything else. Not excellent for job productivity, mingling with friends, or just being a comfortable, satisfied, and okay human being in general. Skipping meals might make it more difficult to make good choices. When you don't eat for a long time, it might affect your dietary choices when you sit down to eat. When individuals are really hungry, they go toward carbohydrates and sweets because they know they'll spike their blood sugar. That will almost certainly make you feel much better. The difficulty is that if you only eat carbohydrates, the increase will only be short. Your blood sugar might jump and then plummet all over again if you don't get enough fat, protein, or fiber to moderate the rise in glucose. You'll probably get hungry again shortly. Furthermore, waiting until you're absolutely hungry to eat makes it easier to eat past the point of fullness or even comfort. As a result, you're more inclined to overeat to compensate for the calories you didn't consume during the day. Nausea, constipation, bloating, and tiredness are all possible side effects. Overeating occurs when you consume food too rapidly and ignore your body's fullness cues. Overall, skipping a meal or going longer than normal without eating is typically not good. For a while, your body will use up the reserve and start producing ATP to aid in your daily activities. After a while, though, your reserves will run dry, and your body will be forced to start using fat reserves on your body. That is the time when your body burns fat really quickly, and this is the time when you will lose weight. After that, if you still continue to fast, your body will start burning your muscles and synthesizing protein, which is really bad for your health, as this will lead to your muscles getting lost, meaning that your basal metabolic rate will go down as well. Whether you want to attempt intermittent fasting, go to a doctor or a registered dietitian to see if it's right for you. Let us know your thoughts on whether we should skip meals or not in the comments.